Build a volcano with Codex? You've got to be kidding me. No, I'm not. We're doing it. Let's get this on right now. Let's do this. All right, let's start over. If you'd like to take your Codex and use it to power an amazing LED display of any kind, then you're going to be really interested in this video. We're going to use it to make a beautiful volcano and control all these neopixels, and they're going to be super bright and awesome. But you can use these same techniques for any sort of display project you want to do, a costume, whatever. So let's get started. I'm going to show you every step of the way how to do it. So we've got our Codex, and we have a wonderful piece of plywood cut into whatever shape you desire. In our case, of course, we desire the Mauna CodeX shape. So nicely painted with some lava there. Got some little feet made to go on it. Put those on there so you can stand it straight up. Also, there's a couple of standoffs for the Codex to mount on. These are little brass standoffs. You can use plastic ones if you want. There's screws that go in the top, and also a couple of little holes that are drilled, and it screws in on the back with a couple of Phillips head screws. The Codex actually has 4 slots that are meant for M3 size screws or something of that order. And those are perfect for mounting right here. So it's gonna be front and center on our volcano. So the first things let's take these back off. And so what we're doing here is we're mounting the Codex with standoffs to the plywood. And so I'll show you in a second. I'm just gonna screw these in really good. The Codex has slots on the tops and sides so that you can mount it to things. So that is nice and rugged, sturdily mounted. So next step is we're going to put the LEDs on here. So the LEDs will be our lava and our eruption coming out of the top of the Codex. So we're using LED strips. These are the controllable WS2812B LED strips. So they're also known as neopixels. So they're the ones that you can individually control the red, green, and blue colors. So check it out. How beautiful my life will be with you. LEDs coming out. Just like the neopixels that are on the Codex itself, you know, up at the top here, we've got 4 pixel LEDs. These are long strips of these. And I'm gonna show you how you can connect this to your Codex. To connect the LED strip to your Codex, we're gonna use this little handy guy called a PixPort. And it is intended to just be able to plug the LED strip straight into this little socket without even having to do any soldering. So you just have to make sure where the 5 volt and the ground are marked, and that's marked on the PixPort as well. Make sure you're plugging right into the socket there, give it a little push, and now it's in there. So now you've got your LED strip ready to be wired up to the Codex. Everything right there, move it over, and then we're gonna come up to this point. At this point, we've got to put a tie wrap through. We'll come around through this side. Okay, there's one. This is our lava going down. Another tie wrap. Okay, and then we turn around and come all the way back up to the top of the volcano, and we put another one in. I think this one goes like this now. Gotta come around. Once we get this together, it's gonna make a great wall decoration. We'll put some way to put it off a little shelf or something behind us. All right, it's lavalicious. Lavalicious. Okay, so right in here. Oh, perfect. Perfect. Clippy, 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 clippy. All right, we are clipped. Now it's like the Christmas tree where you're just sort of getting just the right spread of the lava. Your Christmas tree doesn't have lava? So there's our flowy lava coming down our volcano. That's quite a feat. Next, code. I gotta go get my laptop and stuff. Ooh, I have a volcano picture to put on here. Give me a second. Did I say 1 second? It might be 2 seconds.
All right, let's take a look at the code for Mauna CodeX. So we import our libraries, we display a cute volcano picture on the screen, we set up port 0 to be the port that the pixels are connected to, and we designate there's 178 of them, and that just comes from when I cut my pixel strip. That's how many pixels I needed. So I started with a 300 pixel strip that was 16 feet long. When you buy a pixel strip, make sure it's the digital kind, so it has a 5 volt, a DO and ground, and then a DN and ground on the other side. That's data in and data out. So this is the kind you want that's individually color addressable. Okay, so next thing is going to be kind of interesting. We want to define the dome of the volcano where the eruption happens, and then the flow where lava flows down. And we're using the Python range object to do this. So dome is a tuple of range objects. So we get 4 basically streams of lava flowing up. And if I go to the toolbox, you'll remember range is in Python, it's a way to declare a start and a stop, and then optionally a step. So you can step by forward or backward amounts. And so these are just telling us that the pixel starts from pixel number 51, it counts up all the way up to, but not including pixel 61, and it's doing it by 1 step at a time. The next one, the back left, actually flows down. When the lava is going up, the pixels are counting backwards. So you might adjust these for your own designs. The lava stream's flowing down, so we're defining a dome, and then flow. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different flows. If you look at the video, you'll see that there are 5 flows going down and then 4 streams going up. So we're defining some colors here. They're lava-like colors. And we also make a tuple of colors for the lava so that we can have a random function that uses the random.choice method in the random library to pick a color out of this list. So you could add colors if you wanted to from that list. And then I'm not going to go through all the details, but there's a function to set all of the dome to a color with a particular pacing. So how much to sleep in between setting them, so you can pace it out. The same one for setting all the dome and then setting particular colors independently. So if you want to have different colors for each stream, and then the eruption would just be using those functions and pacing them and then repeating that multiple times. So you'll stream them up multiple times in the eruption. And then there's another function that's a lava flow that lets it flow down with a different pacing, maybe a slower pacing as the lava flows down. So here's our main loop. I've got it here so that we can enable an attract mode so that it just continuously erupts and then flows down and it just stays in that loop. But you could get rid of that chunk of code there and then use this as something like a maker fair or stem fair, so that you had a hands-on ability for people to come and press a button to get it to erupt.
Oh yeah.
Or to flow the lava. Or you can just delete that altogether and have them come up and actually write some code to make button A and button B do something they want to do. So you can customize your own type of volcano behavior. So that's it for Mauna CodeX. Hope you enjoy the code, and happy coding.
All right, we got our code done. Let's check it out. So button A is supposed to be our eruption. Let's see if it can do it. Oh yeah, nice. And button B is our lava flow. Sweet. Flow down, beautiful lava. You gotta be crazy. Yes, we are crazy. Start recording. How hot is your Python code? This hot? Volcano hot? Let's make it happen.
I'm weeping.
Are you not filming right now?
It was awful.
Yeah.